It's another busy day for Donald Trump, who's already hard at work over in Germany on the second overseas trip of his presidency.
And here he is just hours ago meeting with British Prime Minister Theresa May. And right now he's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. But this is the meeting everyone's talking about. Trump sitting down with Russian President Vladimir Putin right there, a meeting that he's describing as, quote, tremendous.
In the aftermath of that meeting, there's something of a he said going on. The Russians say Putin denied meddling in the American elections and that Trump accepted that denial. The Trump administration says that's not true. Trump himself was asked about this discrepancy this morning.
We're going to get to the bottom of that in just a moment. All of these meetings of world leaders at the G20 summit playing out against the backdrop of protests in the streets of Hamburg, Germany. More violent clashes overnight. We have team coverage this morning, and we start with ABC's Cecilia Vega, who is traveling with the president. Cecilia, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula, from a very windy Hamburg, Germany here. You know, this meeting with Vladimir Putin was only supposed to last for about 30 minutes. Instead, they had so much to say it went on for 2 hours and 16 minutes. They were talking for so long. At one point, the First Lady popped her head in the room to see if they wanted to wrap it up. This morning, President Trump is back to meeting with world leaders at the G20 summit. Just moments ago, he sat down with China's Xi Jinping. Another crucial face-to-face that comes amid heightened tensions with North Korea and the president's growing frustration with China's unwillingness to take a harder line with Pyongyang. He also sat down with Britain's Theresa May.
Prime Minister May and I have developed a very special relationship, and I think trade will be a very big factor between our two countries. So I want to thank you very much.
But even the president himself is among those still talking about yesterday's high-stakes face-to-face with Russia's Vladimir Putin.
Rex and I had a tremendous meeting yesterday with President Putin.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson was in that room, saying the two men connected quickly and had positive chemistry. The cameras allowed in to see President Trump reach out for a handshake. There was smiling, small talk, and before they got down to business, even a back pat.
We look forward to a lot of very positive things happening for Russia, for the United States. It's an honor to be with you.
Putin returning the compliment, saying he too was pleased to meet President Trump for the first time. Later, First Lady Melania Trump also seen smiling and chatting with Putin, seated right next to him at dinner. Behind closed doors, the White House says it was President Trump who pressed the issue of Russia's election meddling. But what happened next? Each side tells a different story. Tillerson says Putin denied Russia's involvement and the president stopped pressing.
The president at this point, he pressed him and then, felt like at this point, let's talk about how do we go forward.
The Russians say President Trump heard Putin's denial and, quote, accepted it. The White House says that is not the case. Asked for his version of the story this morning.
Mr. President, did the Russians lie about your meeting yesterday?
From President Trump, no comment. Yeah, no comment there. Now, the one thing both sides do agree on, a ceasefire deal reached for the southwestern part of Syria. This is a deal reached by the U.S., Russia, and with the help of Jordan also. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says this is a sign that the two countries, Russia and the United States, can work together. But Paula, similar ceasefire deals just like this one have not lasted very long in this country. It remains to be seen whether this one might be different.
Thank you very much for your reporting, Cecilia. Trying to find a little bit of common ground there.